setting up for another hit.
Yeah, you see him going through the backstretch there where they have all the kickers set up. And it's in the turn where you see a lot of the bigger air tricks. You see him going up there, the railie to 360. It's called the 313. A heel side mob coming off the wake. That would be an invert with a 360-degree handle pass. And this is going to be his final move, Uncle Lee. A 720 off the kicker.
Well, Austin Hare here to prove something. The fist pump to the crowds. Boom, sun's out, guns out for that young man. Fired up, and let's have a little rewind ourselves at this maneuver.
And this is one of his first moves. Look, it's a backside 540. I thought he only took it to 3, but he managed to sneak in that last rotation. So that's a rock-solid start. That gets the judges' attention. And there's the railie with a handle pass 360, called the 313. And now, look, one full rotation, and there's the second one, and look how far down course he landed. That's intensity.
That was a stomp 720, and there's the score from the judges. His intensity paid off 75 into first place, inching closer to that coveted spot on the U.S. World Team. Shaka bra. Crowd on hand to check out the greatness. Now in this sport, as with any action sport, there's going to be the opportunity or the misfortune for an injury. Julian Cohen, age 20, talks to us about something that didn't go exactly as planned.
It was a weird day. It was kind of like right now where it's getting cloudy, and when I was wanting to do this trick that everyone's been thinking about doing, but at that age I was 15 or 16 years old, had no fear, had my girlfriend who was a lot older, so I was like, man, I really want to impress her too. So I went out there and I wanted to do a double backflip, and the sky in the water when you're flipping twice looks kind of similar. And so I just went out there and I tried it, and I opened up thinking that the sky was the water, and both my legs just, my left leg folded the other way, and then it got stuck there, and my kneecap was in between my middle of my thigh, and my other leg blew out, but we didn't know my other leg blew out because the left leg was so bad. We went to the doctor. We thought it was just gonna be a normal injury where just like an ACL or meniscus. So we got the MRI, we waited out, and then we waited for my phone call from a doctor who told me that I need to get emergency surgery. And I have a chance I might not be able to use my leg. And my doctor said, there's no way you're gonna wakeboard, but you'll be able to walk and stuff. And at that point, I was just so happy that I could walk, but it took me 4 months to get out of a wheelchair. I just knew that I could walk, but not yet. I decided to just, you know what, I want to wakeboard. I can run, I can do the bike, and I don't care if my doctor says I can't, because I'd rather just try and know that I can than just think that I can't. And I went ahead and trained for 2 months, got ready, did the same contest I hurt my knee on, and I ended up winning that contest. And after that, I just, just felt super good, and I had a lot of confidence for the rest of my career since then.
Well, Jeff, a truly can-do attitude. Kids watching this out here, anybody, when someone says you can't do it, that almost gives you more motivation to kind of strive harder, do your rehab, and get back on top of it. This guy, Julian Cohen, a true case in point.
And you know how it is with these action sports, Uncle Lee. You immerse yourself in the culture of it. You're not just an athlete while you're participating in the sport. Obviously a guy who's thinking about it, dreaming it, and obviously is even taking it further. As you see him, look at his knees there. Oh, he's going down when he got the chance. Did you see 2 knee braces? He's like the bionic man out there.
Let's see where it goes wrong, Jeff.
He sinks the nose of the board. That stops his trajectory from going upward to laterally. He didn't get the pop.
And for the first time in our competition, we've seen a competitor down very early. That does not award or reward him with a good score. 20, enough for 6th place. Our current standings look like this. It's Austin Hare with the 75 out of 100, commanding the lead. But we do have some more competitors yet to come. Let's check in with the leader, Austin Hare.
Oh man, I can't even describe how pumped I am right now, hearing the score being in first place. I mean, my first run, I fell 3rd trick, freaking dead last. Second run, came back, played a pretty conservative run, but a hard run, and I was able to make it through to finals. So after that, I was like, man, it's coasting. I already rode as bad as I can do, so I might as well just go for it. So I wasn't even nervous, I was relaxed. I saw some other guys ride. I knew what I needed to do and just went out there and had fun.
Keeping the fun in the run. Remember, this is only run 1 of 2. We got a lot more competition to go, so stick around here at the Alt Games, presented by Jack in the Box.
happened last night?
Apparently we went to Jack in the Box at 1:54 a.m. and got 9 orders of tacos, 4 seasoned curly fries, and 7 real ice cream shakes.
So who drove us home?
I did.
Oh, why are you still here?
He dared you to eat my key.
And why didn't you call a cab?
He dared you to eat my phone.
To avoid dental problems, my dentist gave me a new mouthwash, Act Sensitive. The soothing, alcohol-free formula has maximum fluoride to rebuild enamel, and it's gentle on my sore mouth. New Act Sensitive. Strong teeth, fresh breath, in a sensitive formula.
If you have type 2 diabetes, Nutrisystem D can help you lose weight and manage your blood glucose.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I lost 100 pounds on Nutrisystem D. When I was first diagnosed with diabetes, that first step was more like a giant leap.
Nearly 500,000 people already know you can get healthier with Nutrisystem D. Choose from over 130 portion-controlled menu items. No counting carbs, calories, or points. And Nutrisystem is pleased to be recognized by the American Diabetes Association as a national strategic partner. Mike is one of many who have lost weight with Nutrisystem D. Backed by 40 years of research and glycemic index science, Nutrisystem works. Plus, we have certified diabetes educators to help you throughout the program. And now you can get 40% off, plus 3 weeks free. Nutrisystem D. Call or click now and save 40%.
With the Name Your Price tool, you tell us what you want to pay, and we give you a range of coverages to choose from.
Who is she?
That's Flowbot. She's this new robot we're trying out, mostly for like small stuff.
Wow. Look at her go.
She's pretty good. She's pretty good. Hey, Flowbot. Great job. Oops. Uh-oh, Flowbot is broken.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive. Call or click today.
The Alt Games on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Gevo, Next Generation Marine Fuel, by Wakeworld.com, the world's most read wakeboarding publication, by Helium. When full function and fashion collide, the result is a one-of-a-kind helium vest, and by Wake Zone.
Welcome back to the Wake Zone Cable Park. Uncle Lee joined by Jeff Barton. You're now looking at Taylor Kress, one of our final run competitors in run number 1. Jeff, I ask you, there's a lot of stuff floating out here, a lot of tricks going on. What is all this stuff made of, and what are the requirements?
You know, when we were talking about the diversity of the run, that right there, for instance, that's called our fun box. It's got ramps leading up to the left and the right, but the middle of the section is totally flat. It gives the rider different opportunities to do different moves. Now, unlike that right there, that was a big air trick in the turn. It was a big S-bend to backside 180. So again, you're seeing him doing his air moves, his wakeless moves, and now we're coming back, Uncle Lee, to the section of the course that is laden with sliders. Here's our 80-foot flat bar. Not terribly difficult to get up on, terribly difficult to stay on for the duration of your run, and there you just saw a mini kicker. It's like a ramp.
For you folks that are into snow sports, this would be like having a cable attached to the ski lift on a slopestyle course going uphill or on a very flat hill, say in Kansas, where there's not a lot of mountains.
A proper analogy indeed. Now you see him coming up to the flat box. It is shorter than the flat bar, but much wider. A nice spin there. And then the final curved kicker ramp for going big. And it's a whirlybird, an overhead 360.
One of my favorite maneuvers. To see Parks Bonifay and his brother do that in the dirty south of Florida years ago. And right now, having a look up at the rewind of this. Look, up on the box, slides it, grinds it, and down.
You saw him come up there, a 180 in midair, and then a 90-degree turn coming off of that fun box. And then you see another air move. It's a back roll, and then with his backhand grabbing his toe side rail, a lot of flexibility, great run.
Taylor Kress is awarded a 70. It puts him into third place. Still, the man to beat is Austin Hare with a 75. Collecting his thoughts, Nick Camper, Orlando, Florida, a mecca of all things water. If you're wondering what's going through his mind, well, let's take a look at the game plan brought to you by the United States Marine Corps.
The good thing about qualifying first is that you get to go last for finals. So what I'm looking to do is watch everyone else ride, see what they're doing, and then from there I can plan my run. So, you know, if they don't do as good as they did earlier, then I don't have to do my hardest run. But I have my really hard run that got me this far, so I'll pull that out again if I need to. But I mean, as of right now, I'm just going to see how they do and then play it by ear.
Well, he's seen what the previous warriors have done out in the water. Now it's time for this man, Mr. Nick Camper, to get it on.
He goes tail press to nose press. It's a unique spot right there, Uncle Lee. Whoa, look at that big nasty move. It's a KGB. Some people get nervous coming late. You know, you're the last guy to go, you've got to wait. But he's turning it to his advantage, and he's obviously showing he's not giving in to the pressure.
So there's a certain amount of risk reward doing something heavy hitting right out of the gates like that, but very confident. He's standing in a good position right now. Would you say he's pulling out all his stops now, or will he reserve something for the final run?
Well, this is a pretty nasty run right here. Now, part of that strategy is to sit back and watch everybody and to be able to answer the call. You know what? You've got to have the game to be able to answer. You've got to see all the great rides that have gone before you, and you've got to be able to one-up that. Fortunately, in his case, Nick Camper can one-up it as he's just holding on. Oh, that's going to affect him in the overall execution, but he's still riding away, so he is still scoring big points as you see him hit the fun box one more time.
Diversity, execution, and intensity, putting it all together. A little wobble, as you mentioned here. Still riding. And that will wrap things up there. So your thoughts, Jeff? What do you think? Enough to take over our current leader, Austin Hare?
I think that slight bobble is going to affect him in the execution element. But if we take a look right here, watch him coming off of that kicker right there. A full backside back roll with an opposite rotation 360. We call it the KGB. You at home probably call it awesome. And then look at that. It's a rally with not a 360, but a 540. But that diciness at the end, that way that spray came off the board, the judges will recognize that as poor.
Well analyzed, Jeff. Nick Camper earns a 68, enough for fourth place. So after run number one, it's Austin Hare in the lead. Cameron, Kress, Camper, and the rest. Will they have redemption going into run number two? That is yet to come. Now it is time to see what went down in the ladies' finals. Jeff, a loaded pack of goddesses. Talk to me.
We've got an OG in the ladies scene, Dallas Friday. She's being taken on by two young upstarts, Taylor McCullough and Megan Ethel.
I just always want to be the best. I want to keep pushing the sport to its limits, and I just want the sport to grow and for the women's wakeboarding to grow too. And the main thing is that I love it.
In the name of women's wakeboarding, this lady, Dallas Friday, has done it all and seen it all. Will she be able to do it again out here, Jeff?
A former Pro Tour champion, a former world champion. It was not her day, and it was surmised by this, a smoking on that crip attempt.
And that comes up so fast, you'd never know what happens, and that's what we call the ouchie-wah-wah scorpion thump.
Amen, brother. Well, this young lady, however, Taylor McCullough, she's a glimpse at the future of the sport of pro wakeboarding, even behind a boat or on a cable. She's got some sick skills.
Sure enough, and her best run of two was a 72, good enough for second place. But Jeff, the story unfolded like this. Megan Ethel, I'll say it right now, she's the big thing next to come in this sport at 15 years of age. As good as it gets at this age, Jeff, what can she possibly improve upon?
You know, in 2012, she's already won competitions behind the boat, but now she wants that coveted membership into the USA Wakeboard team, heading over to the Worlds, and it's moves like that that are going to help get her there. With that backside 90 coming off of that fun box right there, she rides at a way that's almost equivalent to what the guys are doing out there. Big moves right there in the corner, throwing up that railing, getting the grab on, and then a humongous S-bend into a crip. It's all about linking it together. Again, the scoring element, diversity, intensity, execution. Megan Ethel's got it all going for her.
Megan Ethel wasn't even a blip in her parents' eyes when Dallas Friday was starting off as a pro. So she looked at a girl like Dallas and said, hey, I want to be there someday. And that's what the progression of sport is truly all about.
She's definitely followed the blueprint. As you see her right there with the railing to blind or the blind judge, that's a new school move right there. So Megan Ethel showing complete dynamic riding. Her last effort up onto that fun box right there, that flat box. And the kicker, the coup de grace, a big old hoochie glide to switch. Wow, that was some bomb dropping right there from Megan Ethel.
With that run, the highest score we saw at the ladies competition, a 97 out of a possible 100. Your national champ and the spot on the USA World Team with moves like this.
A big tantrum and grabs at Indy. A big move. Notice how far down course she lands. And to do it again, another grab. And again, she took off right foot forward, landed left foot forward. That's a hoochie crip.
Great verbology, Jeff. Well, the sport of wake cable riding, truly something for the future, and this youngster is poised for great success. She is our national champion and has earned a spot on the USA World Team. Her name, Megan Ethel. McCullough took second, Dallas Friday took third. Now, let's hear from our champ.
I did really good on my first pass, but I just wanted to go out and try something that I could do, but that I knew that if I didn't make it, then I would still be in the lead. So it's pretty awesome going out and winning today, so super excited.
An absolute bright future ahead for that young lady, Megan Ethel. One spot down on the U.S. World's team, one more to go. Men's run number 2 coming up next from the Alt Games.
USA Wakeboard has proven to be the nation's leader in collegiate wakeboarding. With the continued success of the Collegiate Wakeboard Nationals and CBS Sports Network, we want to see you at the next USA Wakeboard Collegiate Regionals and Collegiate Nationals. Join or start your school team today.
The day we landed Flight 1549 on the Hudson, people called me a hero. But I want you to meet someone who's a real hero to me. Her name is Aubrey. She's 9 years old, and she's a patient here at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Yep, I have ALL leukemia.
It's a very aggressive cancer, but Aubrey shows us what true bravery is all about.
Every day, thousands of children around the world depend on St. Jude's life-saving work. They're all heroes, fighting for their lives, and they need your help to survive. Now you can be their hero. Call today and become a St. Jude Partner in Hope for only $19 a month, just 63 cents.